What would a good sport do? What would you do? Be angry and act up just because you've lost the game? Let's hope you'd remember good sportsmanship. Take the results well, no matter whether you win or lose.
Good?
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, shut up. Happy birthday, Allison McLeod. It's your special day. You are married one more year to Josh Elvis Weinstein. On the one hand, I feel sorry for you, but on the other hand, you must be delighted because one day he will die. That's all I can do. Sorry.
You do realize that she's neither here nor will she ever listen to this.
Well, look, I just would. I'm auditioning for Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Yeah. How's it going?
You have to badly so far, but you have to do the songs, right? Give me a suggestion. Birthday. Give me a person. Allison. Birthday song. And then I thought I would do it.
Yeah.
Hello, my friend.
What if you had to do audiences of just dads where, give me a suggestion for a song. Far, far away.
No, another one. Down by the river where nobody can hear you.
Right. Wait till I'm at work.
Give me an occupation. Sleeping, because you're always a good kid when you're sleeping. Well, I kind of mixed two, but you're a good kid. Andy, you're a good kid when you're asleep.
Speaking of corny dads, how about that Joe Biden, huh?
Oh, right. Oh, my God. I know we didn't record. We had an idea to record something, but, that's not us, really. That's
not us. Though.
People who do things that would help.
Right.
That was so much fun. First of all, I thought someone died when you sent me a text.
Yeah. I should have just sent a "we won" text.
No, this was better.
But yeah.
Even though for 1 second I thought you were dead.
It gave you the setup. I was like, so when you woke up, you saw, "Are you awake?"
Oh, my God.
And your response was, "Is everything okay?"
Of course, because that's the way a normal human being reacts to anything.
Right. To which I responded, "Yes, we won." All caps.
Oh, my God. And some of the people's, almost everybody's tape of themselves dancing in the immediate aftermath just basically killed me.
Yeah.
Because Lisa Traeger, who's a comedian, she starts dancing, and then she finds her dog. And she's just starts kissing her dog.
Yeah.
So oh, my God. I feel so excited. I feel as if there's another chapter. This is what all our podcasts needed, Josh.
I think so.
No, I'm only kidding about that. There's nothing we need.
No, I think the ingredient of hope is a big injection in this podcast.
Yeah. What?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, are you done with, wait, what? Are you done with it yet? Wait, what?
Hey, Andy, you can, shingles can be prevented.
Wait, what? Actually, that's the only example I like of it.
Ah, okay.
I love the way those people go, well, what?
Shingles can be what?
Oh, it's good because at least there's never been a funny moment in any of those goddamn commercials. And that's the only one that you could argue, except for the fact that you're going to see it 7,000 more times, is somewhat amusing. Unless you think Martin Sheen's funny as an old man running around the pharmacy.
Do we have to compare the ads?
Well, because they're all pharmacy ads. Aren't they?
Well, they're all pharmacy adjacent.
The only thing that's keeping our
Martin Sheen's trying to save us money. Save the oldsters money.
See, you got it. That's exactly what he says. Too. The only thing that we have in this country right now is paying for medicals things.
Yes. Well, no.
It's where the money is.
Yeah, but that's from someone who only watches MSNBC all day.
That's what I do. Oh, also, I buy gold. Between 2 and 4.
So you've been watching Fox, too.
Yes, I watch gold. Yeah, I watch Fox. I monitor them. And what else do they sell? Gold is their main thing, right?
I don't watch Fox enough to really get the pattern down. I assume My Pillows are still present.
Well, also, you'd be surprised that it's also at one point.
Speaking of My Pillows, by the way, this race is fixed. I hope you know that. The fix is on.
What's that?
The fix is on. That's what I'm saying. What do they think? We're stupid? They think the media makes the election calls? Oh, wait. Well, I suppose they do, but that doesn't, but since when?
Well, come on. Now, come on,
Sputter.
Do you mind me calling you Mr. Pillow? Now, come on, Mr. Pillow.
I insist you call me Mr. Pillow.
What's that?
I insist you call me Mr. Pillow.
Mr. Pillow, look, fair is fair. Your guy lost. Just take it like a man.
I take him like a gift from God is how I take him. I don't know why you don't.
Maybe you should get back into cocaine.
To use your common sense, how would America turn down a gift from God? It doesn't make sense.
Maybe cocaine, they say cocaine is cheaper.
Don't slander me. I never did the cocaine.
Oh, what'd you do?
I was sure I liked crack, but it was, but it's slander to say I'd used pure cocaine.
I'm sorry. I apologize. But if you do watch Fox News, you'll also hear them say, you'll be pitched colloidal silver for some reason.
The colloidal silver was actually used by Jesus.
You have the exact silver?
Well, it's the same substance, less blessed.
How is the Pillow of Turin going? I know you're working on the Pillow of Turin.
I made a very good impression at the Vatican.
Oh, I thought it was all from the original pillow, all from the shroud.
Oh, I made the pillow out of the shroud is what you're suggesting.
Something like some kind of humor along those lines.
I don't like the sound of that.
He doesn't sound happy. I gotta tell you, Josh.
I don't like the way that this election's being stolen from Jesus Trump.
Hey, has he actually been mouthing up? No.
He probably has, but not in my radar.
Oh, it's unbelievable. I feel a weight lifted from my weight.
Yeah. It was absolutely just knowing that he hasn't conceded and then watching the big fireworks thing the other night was.
Oh, where they mimicked what he did, right?
No, it just made it hilarious to me that Biden's doing what, you're supposed to do.
Right. But do you see, didn't Trump have a fireworks display on, when was it? The fireworks display in the Rose Garden or something. Where it spelled his name in the sky. Maybe it was July 4th. That's what it was.
Must have been. No, there was like some actual campaign thing.
Right. I'm already starting to forget it.
Yeah, I know. It's all just a blur of rage.
Oh, it was his convention. That's what it was.
Yes, thank you. Yeah. It was the inappropriate convention from the White House.
And they had the fireworks show.
Yes. The Hatch Act extravaganza.
That's not from Orrin Hatch, right?
No. It's from Jebediah Hatch.
I think it's actually Wilbur Hatch. That's
really? Wow.
No, I don't think it is. As I've gotten older, I realized that when I was younger, something could pop out of my mind, and it would be like, "Wow, you remembered a phone number from 1963." Right. Now it's just random sassafras.
Right. Now you combine them, so it's like sassafras 52300.
I really like Yoo-hoo. Stuff like that. Yeah. He just starts to get. What is he talking about? He likes old drinks from Queens.
All right.
Who remembers Rheingold Extra Dry? I don't know. We're in church.
Did you ever hear An Evening with Groucho? The live show he did with like Marvin Hamlish on piano.
I do remember it. Yeah, I do remember it, but I don't remember all the details.
As you were saying that, it just reminded me. He's just telling stories, and it's like, So I was going to the movies on 93rd Street when I was 8, and I couldn't afford sauerkraut candy. And the little girl gives me money for the sauerkraut candy, and I didn't want the girl, but I wanted the candy. So.
Oh, that sounds a little sad. Sounds a little too close to his actual later performances. And you know what the lesson behind what you're saying is? When you get older, just go away and die. Don't do stupid shows.
Right. Don't try to pay rent.
Here's me at 90. Hi. Can you believe I'm still doing it? No, it's embarrassing. It's a little shameful. No, I'm 90. Ha! I do this joke every time. How you people doing? Huh? I can't hear you. Speak up.
I make a nice living.
Oh, I just had a sense that it could happen. Me at 90.
that one cut too close.
Oh, and a meltdown. It wouldn't bother me if it was meltdown, but what if it's going to be something the kids will be into that I don't even relate to?
Yeah. Imagine
tattoo
that.
parlors.
Imagine that. You being out of touch with the kids.
Well, tattoo parlors, for example.
Yeah.
I know you hang around them like crazy.
Sure.
But I've never been into, there was a time, but I'm not anti-tattoos. First of all, I enjoy the ladies. And they say, how the lady look with the ladies look good with, without, whatever. But I missed that generation.
And you got drunk and went to the tattoo parlor and had a bunch of numbers tattooed on his arm.
Oh, is that like a Nazi thing?
It was, yeah.
Oh, God. Why do you? Just when we're getting over it. Okay, I lost where I was. I'm sure that was a good thing. Oh, I'm kind of giddy. I feel giddy with anticipation.
Yeah, for the new.
Have you been watching any politics?
Yeah, not as intently. I just watched Mitch McConnell give his rebuttal to decency today.
He's just unbelievable. I saw a little bit of that. I turned him off, but the Democrat, he goes, forget it. This is what he wants. So for me to get aggravated.
Exactly. He was trying to drop a Kindler bomb, but it won't happen. Not on my watch.
I really want, I'm going to, waste a lot of money on Ossoff and Purdue.
Are you?
Not waste, but I'm going to use, especially on 700% matches, so I can tell people, well, in a certain way, I gave $100,000.
Yeah.
I think we could win, but I don't want to get my hopes up because that's what I've been doing for 4 years. And finally, my hopes up paid off.
I think it's gonna be a tough win.
Yes. No, there's nothing I can argue back.
Yeah.
Because in some of these states, but except you have the Stacey Abrams factor.
Yeah, and I think she's a major factor, but I think just looking at the numbers that they got in the first races.
Yes.
You go, boy, that's going to be tough.
Well, they both.
If Ossoff lost and Biden took the state, that's going to be tough.
Right. Why is that tougher? Any tougher than normal? Because it just means
it means that enough people like Purdue but hated Trump that you aren't necessarily going to just get them anyone who voted against Trump.
But why would they? The thing is, that guy Purdue is so embarrassed. Is that the guy who was embarrassed by?
I think you are giving a little too much credence to the concept of shame, my friend, and how it still exists.
Oh, you mean when people have no shame?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I don't want. You know what? I don't even want to rain on my current parade. I'm still celebrating last Tuesday.
Yeah.
And let January 5th come when it does, and and this means I'll start tomorrow getting aggravated.
Okay.
You have a birthday to get off to. Today is Al's. What are you guys doing, by the way?
We are, I'm just going to cook something. I got to go to the store after we do this and pick up.
You don't have to lie to me. Just tell me. If you don't want to tell me that you're having a party over there, I'm not coming anyway. Why would you lie to me? I know Joe Madison. He already texted me. What are you getting for the big party tonight?
Damn him.
That's not the kind of acting I saw in The Fiddling Horse.
No, this is good.
My friend Chris Carey loves The Fiddling Horse.
You were about to say loves me in The Fiddling Horse.
Yes, I was because I wasn't even thinking of you at the time. All I was thinking was, Andy's really good, and all I was thinking about was me.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad to hear that. Glad you have a fan.
You can't twist this. Don't twist this into one of your sordid something's wrong with Andy. And are you going to try to convince people I'm self-absorbed now?
No, I would never do that because you have the power of cameo to knock me down.
I mean, I could see after people listening to this show for this long, they might have a question about how intelligent I am. I understand that.
No.
You want to hear my impression of you doing that?
Sure.
No. You're such a smart man, you stupid fucking. I'm surprised you can get up in the morning without falling back into bed. All right. So, that wasn't a good quality comedy.
Yeah. I'm a little insulted.
Yeah, I blame myself.
I'm a little insulted by that impression.
I would be insulted if I were you. Here's my impression of you. Bad comedy, bad comedy.
Yeah.
No good comedy.
Yeah. Thank you.
Unpleasantness. How's that as an impression? Well, I guess if that's what you think an impression is.
Pretty spot on, I guess.
Yeah, if your idea of an impression is to tear down your friends regardless of the facts.
Sure.
Here's Josh when I come over to his house. Ow, don't kick me in the balls, Josh. I am going to just sit further away like I demanded. Why is this so funny to me?
I'm not sure, but I'm in a good mood. Come on, too.
You're a doctor
I'm in a good
of comedy.
Mood too, at least.
What's that?
I said at least I'm in a good mood too today.
So what you're saying is that my obnoxious behavior is not going to dissuade you. But you know what? I'm not obnoxious, Josh. That's the message I got from my mother and father, but I'm not obnoxious.
Wait, I don't understand.
My parents, why am I always worried about being obnoxious? You would think it's because I'm obnoxious.
Right.
But what I'm saying is it's a deeper thing from childhood.
Right.
Where they think that's it. I'm exiting out because I heard something in your voice.
No, I just said right.
You'd be the worst therapist in the world.
I said
the worst.
Right. I said right.
The worst therapist.
Just because you don't hear
marriage
well.
I'm going to Dr. Weinstein today. You know what? If you're going to continue just complaining about your condition, I can see why your husband would want to leave you. Boop, 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 boop. Weinstein.
Wow.
You laughed.
I'll
take it as a laugh.
Sure. You told me where to laugh.
I'll tell you what else, though, Mr. Josh.
Anything you end with boop pretty much indicates laughter.
I like the weather, where the weather's going. I don't know what your opinion about it is, but I like when it gets cold.
Yeah, I do too. I mean, I like California cold. I don't like Minnesota cold.
That's what I'm talking about. We're not stupid. Yeah. We're not crazy. We're not insane. But it's been very cold the last couple of days.
Chilly.
Nice.
I'd say chilly. Is that a better?
Yeah, I know. I oversold. I oversell everything. Can you believe we had snow? Huh?
Those were leaves, Andy.
I'm very excited about everything, but I still have a sense that are you good at knowing what day it is when you get up, or you, because I'm not.
I generally know. There have been times during this past 7-8 months where I've gotten worse at it.
Yeah. But I think that, I don't know what I'm saying now. 90% is the new vaccine, though.
The
90%.
iced coffee threw you off completely.
No, it's not iced coffee. It's worse, not worse than that, but I have to have a protein drink because I didn't eat enough for the thing. And I wanted to have a lovely bowl of fruit with yogurt and everything, but I didn't have time. Unless you want to be more late than 2:03.
Well, I mean, couldn't you just wait a half hour to eat?
No. That I can't do because I get sick.
No, you don't. See, that's the thing.
I do.
I think you just you're constantly terrified that you're going to get sick, but you are.
I'm telling you, I'm not hiring you.
You haven't tested that theory in years.
I heard you're firing your therapist. Yeah, Dr. Weinstein. Yeah. He tells me when I'm feeling sick from not eating enough, just walk it off.
You've told me in previous sessions that you just obsess about it. It's more obsessive.
Oh, that's true too. There's both. Can't both things be true, as the kids say today? Do you do any shakes?
No.
I was wondering, there's no blender sound in your house, right?
Okay, Allison will do an occasional smoothie herself.
Well, we're a smoothie family.
You'll hear a food processor, certainly.
Okay, that's you. Do you use a food processor?
I do.
And does it save you time?
Yeah.
Okay, because we have two of them unused. We occasionally use it.
Yeah. Did you at least write thank you notes for them?
I don't get that joke.
That you got them as wedding gifts?
Oh, wait. One still is in the storage unit because it was, we somehow we got a large Cuisinart and a small Cuisinart.
Yeah.
And we put the large one in the storage unit. So I don't know what that means about us. But now, it's almost like the old homestead here. I milk my own milk.
Yeah.
We grow spices on the terrace.
Uh-huh.
What's your Okay. Are you playing the long game? That's all.
No, it's just you just seem to be in monologuing mode today.
Yeah, I'll take responsibility for that.
All right.
Now I'm just taking a sip of coffee.
Oh, that's great.
Why, you worried I'm going to be too wired?
No, I'm worried that you're narrating it.
All right. I'm like John King at the big board.
Yeah, you are. Except without information I want.
What information are you looking for?
Anything.
Like a regular, something conversational, probably.
Yeah.
So, what else is in the news, Josh? Did you watch any football yesterday?
I didn't. Did the Jets win?
I don't think they. I don't know if they did or not. I didn't even have the energy to look it up.
Yeah.
Because I want to get into it. Because I have to have some kind of sport. I love football, but I just can't be reminded much of I keep thinking Trump's president, but I just realized football is going to be better now that he's out of the office.
Why? I don't understand the correlation.
Because he always was making a big deal out of kneeling, and he made football unpleasant.
Not really, though. He didn't really change much other than how you might feel at the first 2 minutes of the whole thing.
It made me angry at the owners. I hated all the owners who loved him initially, like Rex Ryan. So
yeah.
it just football aggravated me more.
Okay. Well, I think that's legit, but then why go back?
There's no reason to go back except it's fun. You mean go back into negative spaces?
No, go back into football. It's not like those people have changed.
No, because they don't own football. I've been a football fan since I was a little kid. So they can, it's the same thing with poker. Those people, many of them are idiots in their head when they come to politics. They couldn't be worse. Some of the poker players. I don't know I don't know if that goes sport to sport. I used to think most, sports people were conservative, like people who played sports, but I don't think that's true anymore, obviously.
I think it depends on the sport.
Yeah, like hockey has a lot of racists in it.
Hockey, I'm guessing there's probably more Trumpers per team than the other major leagues.
And NASCAR is pretty much all right-wingy people.
A huge percentage, let's say.
Are you a NASCAR fan?
I am.
I never asked you about it. Maybe you were.
Did you need to?
No, I don't know. Sometimes, like Letterman loves racing, and we would share together a laugh on stuff.
Yeah.
Right?
No,
I guess I could predict that you would not. That's not something you're hiding.
How about that?
Well, we both had race cars as a kid.
Sure. And if I could drive in the races, I might be more interested.
Yeah, Susan is like that too, but I just something that I know I would do badly at.
No, I don't think I'd be good at it. I'm just saying it's the only way I could get engaged.
Yeah, because you'd feel the speed.
Well, I'd just feel that I was participating as opposed to watching cars go in a circle.
Well, that's the thing. I don't know why people watch it, but the people who watch it seem to be engaged.
Or hypnotized.
Well, bowling, you can make the same argument. And bowling should not be a spectator sport. It's just so, I used to watch it, and I guess it just reminds me of being depressed as a kid. When all else failed, I'd watch professional bowling. Yeah, professional bowling on TV as a kid was a sign that you did not score something to do on Saturday. Yeah. Just like the wonderful world of Disney got me depressed, but some people liked it. That was just a cue that it's a school night. Right. But Ed Sullivan, I liked better than Disney for some reason. I don't know why. Because Disney seemed like they were. Disney was putting total shit on Wonderful World of Disney like 3 out of 4 weeks. Yeah, and he was talking a lot too, wasn't he? Well, in your day. Oh, okay. But I don't know. I don't think those shows like Mutual of Omaha, I could watch those shows anymore. I watched a lot of that, but that was like late afternoon Saturday. I don't think I watched enough. I don't think I watched enough that to even know what it is. I've only know it by the bits. The sensation of the like sense memory that comes back when you said Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom is very late Saturday afternoon. My parents are getting ready to go out. And we're waiting on a babysitter. That sounds like an idyllic setting. I can't remember my parents going out. I don't think they did go out
My
much.
parents went out a lot of weekends.
That's good.
Yeah.
I think that's very, that just shows.
They had a good marriage. They were happy together.
It's like a very normal thing that I did not get to experience. Was it Friday and Saturday or who?
No, just Saturday night for the most part.
Yeah. And what were their activities? Dinner? A movie? Did they dance?
They did occasionally dance. They would go out to dinner with friends or go to a friend's house for dinner, or they'd, sometimes it was a movie, but less, usually movies they take us to.
Yeah. Did you go to movies on the weekends?
Sometimes.
Did your parents have a lot of friends? You've probably covered it before, but
they had a ton of friends.
I don't remember.
A shit ton of friends.
See, my parents didn't admit, and they had some, but not, but they weren't, they both had their issues with being social.
Yeah. My parents were both quite social. Much more so than I.
Yeah, that's true. You would think that you would be more, well, I guess, did it bother you how social they were, or was it always fun?
It only bothered me come Shiva time.
Yeah.
Yes. When the hundreds of people show up.
Well, maybe you shouldn't have been.
And I'm trying to mourn. I was like,
you shouldn't have been running around the house yelling, "It's Shiva time."
Probably not.
Did you do a formal Shiva? You were conservative growing up, right?
Yeah, I think you did. I think we had 3 days of Shiva for each of them.
So that just shows that I'm not that Jewish because we've never had nothing. I think our Judaism was always a show. And a show that my mom and dad weren't that thrilled about.
Right. Well, clearly your mom wasn't.
No. And my dad was just he just, I don't know if you know this, but my dad was atheist.
Yeah, I've heard that about him.
Mm. And Temple was terrible. I've talked to my therapist about this. She happens to be Jewish. Now, she doesn't normally just give me her opinion, but I ask her sometimes, and we both kind of agree that we did not enjoy our religious upbringings.
Yeah.
The Sunday school, especially in my case, was just awful.
Yeah.
Boring. Wouldn't you think an adult who's teaching kids maybe would say, "Hey, I'm going to teach those kids again tomorrow. Oh, maybe I should, but that's going to be fun."
No, an adult who had a real passion for teaching kids would have gotten a teaching job.
That's right. It's the worst. It's a lose-lose. It's the weekend ender in school.
The adult who thought maybe at some point they wanted to be a teacher, but did something that they liked even less than that, but now volunteers on the weekend at the synagogue.
And many of them just were doing it because they believed that their children should experience Judaism.
Right.
And those people aren't good teachers either.
No. I mean, my parents put me into the, as we've discussed at length,
I know.
I went into the full education mill and still came out unground.
Yeah. And that, I can't even imagine going through what you went through, even though it's after. Well, some people went to it and it was also their school too, right?
No, not really.
If there's no yeshiva university, is there?
Well, there was a Jewish day school there, but it wasn't the same students.
Oh, okay. Boy, but I don't know about you. All I know about Judaism.
This was like kids bussed from the end of their school day around the Minneapolis area in probably 5 suburbs.
What bus? Like a private bus system, right?
Well, that was part of the fee. They'd send a bus to each of these schools, and
God, you know what? I have never experienced anything like that. I went to a very Jewish school, but nobody left en masse to go to.
No, we had a very Jewish. I mean, I think it was a quarter Jewish, which for Minnesota is an immense percentage.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty amazing that there wouldn't be more. Wouldn't you think there'd be better, more delis in there, more like a deli city? No, I guess not.
Well, I think there was. I mean, there used to be more delis. And then the Jews, that's when the Jews were concentrated, so to speak.
Yeah. Yes.
And then as they spread out to wider suburbs, the delis couldn't sustain.
Well, the whole thing is different now. I mean, I've been listening to some of these analyses of the vote, and it is pretty like when Trump was saying, well, why don't you suburban ladies like me anymore? Well, there was really erosion in that area.
Yeah.
I guess what I'm amazed at is some of the polls are so incredibly, they're accurate about some things almost to the penny or something.
Right.
And then they didn't get other things, or maybe it's just impossible to get, other people think it's because of Trump. Trump is an anomaly in that people won't say they're going to vote for him and stuff.
Yeah, I don't think, I mean, I think there's a huge percentage of his people who are like, fuck you. That's their first.
Yeah, and they don't answer the phone. They don't answer the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if they hear it's the New York Times, you think they're going to fucking finish the call?
Right. But I was so depressed last week about the fact that anybody would vote for him. I'm still depressed about it, but I do think that there's these states like Kentucky, and some of these states are still in the Stone Ages or in the pre-Civil War ages, and the states that don't have black people in them or enough black people in them to make a difference,
right,
voting wise, are really in bad shape. You know, which isn't true about Georgia, but I don't know, Kentucky. I've been to Kentucky. You've been there too, right?
I have many times.
And it's I don't see a lot of black people there. I know I'm talking, you know me, I'm Mr. Blunt,
right,
but I'm actually just trying to see I really don't want to make comments that are like the black people do this, the white people do that, but I never even thought about that before. For example, like Indiana is probably going to be a fucked up state for quite a while.
Yes. I think that's true. Yes.
But then Ohio, I learned, was a state that didn't have, slavery.
You just getting to that?
All right. If I could hang up the phone,
you could.
If I had a phone,
you could.
I would hang it up.
Press the red button.
I can't do it.
All right, I'll do it.
Nothing is more important than the simple act of people getting together.
Good. Could I have one more go, Lawson, please? Sorry.
What?
Could I have just one more take of that, sir?
Why? I just did it right.
Yeah.
Look, I'm not used to having more than one person in there. One more word out of you and you go. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
I take directions from one person under protest. But from two, I don't sit still. But who the hell are you, anyway?
No, I'm the engineer.
Well, why the hell are you asking me for another one?
Well, I thought there was a slight bonk, and I would just like to be safe.
Jesus. What is a gonk? Do you mind telling me what that is?
No, a bang from outside.
A bang from outside. Could I see Mrs. Rogers for a minute, please?
Yes, certainly.
Good evening. Happy Wednesday.
And a happy Wednesday to you.
How was Allison's birthday?
It was really good.
What'd you make? Did you tell me what you made already? If you told me.
I did not. I don't think I did. No. I made, let me go back 2 meals in my head.
That's hard.
I made, it was good. I made filet mignon.
Ooh.
Risotto cakes. With a mushroom, a shiitake cream ragu over the risotto cakes.
Oh my God.
And asparagus.
Man. And for dessert? No dessert, right? You guys aren't desserters.
Dessert, I did, rather than a cake, I did an assortment of small pastries from Victor Bennis Bakery.
Yes, Victor. Is there a Victor Bennis near here? That's a Gelson's thing, right?
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
I have mixed feelings about Victor Bennis.
Okay.
Maybe it's about dessert I have mixed feelings about. That's where I'm not so sure.
Yeah.
Well, because ultimately I fell in love with a cake when I was a kid, and I loved the bakery, but I've never felt a cake. You know what I mean? It's like very rare you get good cake.
I think there's a lot of places to get good cake in this town.
You're going to have to tell me, because every what are they called? Holidays?
Yeah.
Well, there's different things I'm looking for. I don't ever think a pumpkin pie I buy from a place is ever good, but maybe I don't like pumpkin pie.
Yeah. I mean, is there a particular pumpkin pie you're modeling?
No, I mean, I've had it, and Susan's even made, I don't really know what, I mean, I've had it a couple of times and it's been great. And I'm wondering now if it's always just the atmosphere or the thing and it's not necessarily the pumpkin pie. Because where's the place that has it all the time? What's it?
Marie Callender's?
Yeah, I've had their pumpkin pie.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was that great.
Yeah.
What does that sound mean?
No, it's my wake apnea. Sorry.
Well, where do you recommend a pie?
Marie Callender's is perfectly good pie.
Anyway, Susan made scones yesterday.
Yeah.
Scones, gluten-free, because she can't have gluten.
Did she try to make muffins and they just dried out?
No, these are unbelievable. She made scones so good.
Yeah.
And gluten-free.
Yeah, that's important for her.
Yeah. For people who can't who can't take gluten.
Yeah. Well,
and
good.
that's it. That's all you did. That's all you can do. There's nothing, you can't go out for or you can go out for a drive, I guess.
I also did. I made, she wanted a martini, like, she was craving ordering a martini at a restaurant. So I got,
yeah, I guess that's
so I got all good high-end, martini fixings and, made good martinis.
Beautiful. And are these vodka martinis or gin martinis?
Vodka martini, Belvedere in this case.
I don't know who drinks a gin martini. You really have to like.
I don't mind a gin martini, but I prefer a vodka martini.
And I can't drink. I gotta have, if it's vodka, it's gotta be something sweet in there.
I'm a gin and tonic guy. I like gin and tonics a lot.
I like the idea behind gin and tonic because it makes you feel like it's an adult drink.
Yes, definitely.
It's not a foo-foo drink.
All right.
Well, that covered the birthday. Did I not cover it?
You did, yeah. I guess so, yeah.
See, nobody can have stories that go on too long because there's nothing. You can't say, "Well, we went airplane, we went hot balloon, cold balloon, we went hot balloon diving, and the thing fell out, and then I lost my wallet." You can't have those stories. You made dinner and you stayed home.
Although I'm tempted to write a hot balloon diving story right now.
Let's hear it.
I don't know. There's a lot to think about there.
I think I got confused between the things that can go down. Hot balloons go down.
Hot balloons go up.
And then they go down.
Divers go down.
Divers go down. So, but I don't know why the diving would, I guess diving for bodies or something like that. But I'm just saying, I mean, there are people out and socializing, but that's not me.
No, it's not us either.
You won't see me till a late fall.
I'm not even going to invite you to Thanksgiving.
Well, now we can't go.
I know.
Are you having people over?
I'm probably going to have kid, mother-in-law, nephew. So.
Oh my God! How do you do this? How do you get a special dispensation? Okay, you're just not worried about it. You have a big house too, so I guess that's.
We have a big house. We will stay spread out and masked.
Yeah. Just like Mom used to do it.
You know, but
this is the only Thanksgiving.
Keep it to like 5 people and, you know, I extend the table and I feel okay about it.
I forgot that you extend the table normally just because you extend the table for the holiday.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you weren't even talking about that.
I was talking about, you know, making the dining room table big and long.
So you have compartments you would like to have a regular family then.
Huh?
Oh, I used to have a glass table that went out like that, but now I don't have anything. My parents used to have.
Oh my God, I can't keep awake.
You can't?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, why don't you go to sleep?
All right.
You're such a fucking, what has gotten into you? Let's talk about that. What do you want from the podcast? Do you think there's going to be, what do you think's going to happen?
I don't know. It just feels like it's that energy, like at the end of a news interview where they thank the guest for coming on. But, and it's that pregnant pause waiting to see if the guest says, thank you. You know, it's that area.
Well, maybe we need to have more tasks or something.
Yeah.
Or maybe something. Topics.
No, I know. It's just the amount of small talk that we just dove into is hard to take there at the end.
I find it difficult with you to tell the difference between small talk and something you might want to talk about.
It is hard with me. Yeah.
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 So what do you need to have how do I crack? Hey, Cha-Cha, how do I crack that code?
I don't know.
Choo-choo. Hey, Dennis Miller just sold his house in Santa Barbara, $49 million or something crazy.
I was like, yeah, it was in the 20s, I think, but
20, whatever it was, he got more for it than he deserved. And the fact that this guy had spent 2 minutes of his life miserable is disgusting. He'd be ashamed of himself.
Huh?
That's why he's angry at I can see if you're a poor white person.
Oh, I see. He's so rich, he doesn't have a right to be angry.
Oh, yeah, I don't think he does. Certainly not on the topics he gets angry about, which are very much Republican topics. But it's a nice area where he lives.
It is, yes.
Where's he going?
Pricey. It's pricey.
Do you know, is Andy Paley, I mean, nobody cares if we mention Andy Paley's name. He doesn't matter. But, I mean, he's not going to sue us. But is he going to New York?
He's going to, Vermont, I believe.
For good?
Yeah, moving, I think.
Oh my God. I mean, what did he think? Was he going to ever tell me, or is he just going to go over there Tuesday for our usual tennis?
I don't know. I told you last week.
Oh, that's how I found out.
Yeah.
No. Oh, I thought I found out. I think I mixed up two anecdotes. Susan was reading to me from Hot Property.
Right. I told you that I had seen it in Hot Property.
Oh, so I'm not as crazy as my scattered brain might show.
Well, I mean, you aren't really putting it together that well.
Oh. Hey, Josh, I want to just tell you something. There is, there's a cure for shingles.
There's a cure for what?
What? Come on. Tell me that didn't cheer you up.
It did. It actually did.
Okay, I'm going to make, I'm going to make a turn.
If this is just a half hour of you setting me up, then I'm good. You'll never get me. You'll never get me, sniping at you for that. You won't get I won't snore at a setup.
Oh, so that's what I think what I think it is we have recurring bits. They get very popular. They go around the country, and we don't have a Karen right now.
We need a new bit. I think that's it.
Yeah.
We don't have. That's all it is.
Yeah. So what should the bit be? Maybe we shouldn't talk about it is that the most
I think it should be hot balloon diving.
I'm preschool. Preschool skydiving. You take a small kid, you put him up in a plane, you don't even tell him he's going, you don't even tell, and you throw him out of the plane. Preschool skydiving.
Well, what did I do wrong now?
Nothing. I just didn't have a giggle for you.
This is my internal monologue. What am I doing wrong now? What did I do wrong then? What am I going to do wrong? And then, of course, like an idiot, after I did a typical Kindler thing. After, I think you hung up on me on Monday. That's my memory. But, and we both wanted to hang up. But the thing is that, I then texted you, say, happy birthday, Allison. And then, of course, Tommy from Cameo wanted to know who Allison was. It's just unbelievable. It should make the same mistake over and over and over again. It's just like that commercial I love. Where now you know where your mute on your phone is. I don't think I have that. Everybody does.
We all do. Everybody.
We all do. That guy deserves a big comedy bonus.
I know. He's made you so happy so many times.
I would marry him. I would have sex with that character. Why do I turn everything into sex? And the terrible part, it's like sex, it doesn't work. I don't even have a workable sex thing. So I can't even be a dirty old, I can be a dirty old man with, equipment that doesn't work.
But I think isn't that sort of characteristic of the dirty old man? The classic dirty old man?
No. What they didn't tell you when you were younger was that when you would get older, I thought you would be a dirty old man, but like Aqualung or something. You're still going. Oh God, I can't get Aqualung out of my head now. Sometimes, like, why did I like that album, and why do I like that song, and what was it about? Why I was crazy about Jethro Tull, and I just only was into that one album.
Was it Thick as a Brick or was it Aqualung?
No, it was Aqualung.
Yeah.
That's the only album I ever listened to. Aqua, my friend. And if he tried to redo that album today, you know he'd have a Cat Stevens problem.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Biting on the dog end. Eyeing little girls. All right, let's not go further because I think that somehow, I think I'm going to ruin my career like Arthur Godfrey, but I don't have a career like Arthur Godfrey had.
No, you don't.
And you don't have that thing. You do not have fear of saying the wrong thing.
I don't have a big fear about it, especially on this show because I edit the show.
It's a fail safe.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's okay. We've talked about this. Do you have the thing where you look down from a high height and you go, I think, what if I did jump?
No, I don't.
Yeah, okay.
I have a what if I fell off? But,
what if you fell off?
Yeah.
But not the drawing. Like I could just jump. I've said this to myself. I could just jump now.
Yeah, no, I've never had that moment.
But don't think in any way that's connected to any legitimate chance of me jumping off.
No, I think you were just exploring your options.
All right, what can we do here? At the top of the Empire State Building. What's our options? I can go down fast. Hey, Josh, you ever want to look down, you want to jump? I'm going to do it. Bye-bye, buddy.
What am I going to tell Susan? Clash. Look down. Susan's. It would be pretty. Would you, if you fell off the Empire State Building, you wouldn't last? What happens? You burn up before you hit the bottom, right? Or what happens?
You burn up.
That's what I thought. Yeah, because you're going back through the atmosphere.
Burn up.
Something like that. Yeah, like you burn up, you're re-entering an atmosphere.
Right, yeah. We all watched 9/11 and that's what happened.
I'm not talking about a monkey, like a monkey on it. Don't get that image out of your mind of the monkey on top of the Empire State Building. I'm talking modern things. I'm talking science.
The monkey on top of the Empire State Building. You did it, damn you!
You goddamn.
Where's that goddamn Fay Ray? God damn it. Oh, I don't know. I hate when I lose the thread of what the original thing is. It was like, you did it, didn't you? Dirty do it, guys. God damn it. You blew it, you schmucks. This is when I go out in the other room. Susan goes, what were those sounds about exactly? She always can predict. If she gets silent all of a sudden, she knows that you've hung up on me.
Yeah.
Do you think we need to add a raffle element? We really need to do something.
I think we do.
Oh my God. Do you feel born again?
Bored again? Yeah, a little.
No, like comedically, not like religiously.
Oh, I thought you said bored again.
You're so bored. You turn every word into bored. Oh God! You know, did I ever tell you the first apartment I had out in L.A.? It was the room and board. It was like that's how I just happened to remember it during our conversation.
Huh? And what did they serve you? What was the board?
I don't even understand that setup.
What
was the
board? Implies food.
Right, that does. I thought that was old school. They served me. So I have to say board again, right?
Yes.
Mommy, what's a board again, Christian?
Nothing. Jeffy, go.
Is that a circus, right?
Jeffy, go outside and run around with your dotted line behind you.
That's such a great. That guy from Family Circus. He has the opposite of a sense of humor, right?
Yes.
He's a darkness that envelops his soul.
Yes.
There's nothing cute about a guy who's 102 years old still writing about little kids.
He's dead, Andy.
Good. Tell me he's got it dead again.
He's dead, Andy.
I'm glad. And not soon enough for me. I'm kidding. And I just want to say that I happen to know the Keene family, and
his death was one of the few things that ever inspired me to draw a cartoon of pallbearers carrying a casket with a dotted line scattered all around.
I did come. Can you send it to me?
Yeah.
I like that. Oh, something's happening with the New Yorker cartoons. They seem more. Oh, you don't read.
They
them,
fired Jeffrey Toobin, so they aren't funny anymore.
Is Toobin gone?
Yeah, they just fired him today.
Today?
Yeah, after a thorough investigation of his donger.
of his pants.
Yes.
No, I don't. I can't summon up feeling bad for him, but I think I should.
No, I don't think you should.
Did he ever come up with a better reason than he was just happened to be? I usually jerk off during these downtime, and I just didn't know I was on camera. I
don't think there was one really. No.
What do you say, Josh? What do you say?
He tweeted today. Apparently, I saw an article that contained his tweet, which is like, "I was fired today after 27 years as a staff writer."
Why are you making me laugh the way you're doing his voice?
Because I was trying to convey the attitude that it read with, which is like,
okay,
yeah, like there's they're fucking ingrates, is what you're saying.
Oh, thanks a lot. I got fired today. Thanks a lot.
27 loyal years doesn't buy me one penis.
Right. Oh, I jerk off on the phone and I'm the bad guy. He thinks he's the bad guy.
Yeah, he's the bad guy.
Oh my God. I see now. I could never recover from that kind of embarrassment.
No, a lot of people couldn't, I don't think.
Now you might say, Andy, don't get yourself in that jam.
Yeah, please don't. I think you're less likely than some.
But not all.
I'll say.
Oh! It took me the actual voice to get me to understand the joke. You'll never have to worry about that, buddy. No, it's worse. What do you think is worse than seeing someone masturbate? Seeing someone who can't masturbate.
Save it for Cameo.
Oh. Okay, I'll tell you this embarrassing story. So that Tommy, the guy from Cameo, he says, "Would you ask Kate Berlant?" I don't think Kate Berlant's going to care. So if she wants to do the Cameo. So I said, and I said, yeah, I can't. I don't know if she'll do it or whatever. So I sent her this whole thing.
Oh,
man,
they got you recruiting?
What's that?
Well,
that's the thing. Yeah.
Oh, Jesus,
exactly.
man.
I know. It just sounds bad. But the point is, I did it for the guy because the guy's been sweet. And he said a couple of other people that I was like, I think he wanted Elvis. He wanted Nelson Mandela.
Right.
A couple of people. But I said, I'll give it, I'll ask her, and it, so I asked her. She responded back to me, "I'm doing a podcast," or something. It was just like she avoided. Oh, great to hear from you. Hey, did I tell you I'm doing a podcast? So maybe I won't do that again.
Yeah, good. You shouldn't.
You think it's a bad thing?
I think it's a bad thing. Yeah.
How come?
Because you're shilling for this company.
Shilling.
They're using you to go through your contact book to recruit for them. Yeah.
Oh, but okay. So you think, all right.
Like, how is it different?
I'll have to chew on that.
How is it different than Herbalife?
What's that?
How is it different than Herbalife?
Because I actually think there's nothing wrong with Cameo. There's a difference.
Well, I think a lot of people.
If you do Herbalife,
a lot of people have benefited from Herbalife.
No, that is not. First of all, my feelings are hurt. But besides that, there's no way that those two things are analogous.
I know it is. I'm afraid.
No, yes. No, it's not.
Yes, it's someone from a company asking you to multi-level market for them.
No, that's just wrong.
You're recruiting.
How do you think? What's the multi-level marketing? He's asking me to recommend someone.
And what is multi-level marketing? Here, sell this to your friends.
Oh, that is. Well, I think you're mixing up two things. Multi-level marketing is you're selling something that is not even a product. You're selling, by definition,
a product. I become a distributor and I try to set up other distributors.
No, it's a fake product.
No, it can be a real product.
That's not what I'm doing. I have recommended people for things before. So, so I guess
what do you mean
I
you've recommended
see what you're
people?
saying.
What do you mean you've recommended people for things?
I was saying if she was
gig?
interested. It's not a gig, but she might be interested in it. What if she was interested in it?
You don't think she's heard of Cameo?
How do you think? What's that?
You don't think she's heard of Cameo?
Maybe she has heard of Cameo, but I understand what you're saying. I just think that I think that I don't agree with much of what you're saying.
Okay.
So
that's okay.
I think we should leave it. We should probably leave it there.
All right.
We'll pick it up later.
Okay. I'm trying to.
I'm not in the mood. I'm not even in the mood. I'm never going to. First of all, I will never tell you embarrassing things that happen to me again. That's it. That's the last time. I've told you so many embarrassing things I've done that you've responded with joy.
Yeah.
But this one, you're selling Herbalife. Well,
I was trying to protect you from being used by the company.
You are so wrong. There's a guy, he works with comedians at the company. How do you think I found out about it? My manager said, you want to do it?
Yeah.
Or you don't want to do it? It's not like Herbalife. If you can have any opinion you want, but you can't keep arguing wrong, just something completely wrong. There's a difference between selling something that's a phony product and doing something like recommending somebody for something that I think you think is also a wrong thing to do, which I get. I understand that you think it's
I don't think it's a wrong thing. I don't think it's a wrong
classless thing to do.
No.
I think you think it's a classless thing to do.
No, I don't.
I don't think you think Cameo is a good thing to do.
I don't love it, but we've discussed
right.
that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, don't you think of people? I can hear that in your voice that you kind of hate it.
Yeah, I've made lots of jokes about it.
Right, but
and I've said I come at it from both above and below.
Okay, but yet it's interesting to me because, like before, when we've had not arguments before, but when we go, like someone would say we were all out to eat once, and someone said, "Why is Jimmy Fallon doing all those commercials or whatever?" And he goes, "Well, you got to make hay when the sun shines." So, why do you have on one area? Why wouldn't you say anybody doing commercials would be? In other words, why wouldn't you object to that? If it's about, because you're saying it's like doing a fake thing, like a.
No, I'm not. I've explained what my problem with it is that it's in many ways a weird ego trap for people, and it's a strange dynamic.
Well, it is a strange dynamic, and you see, when people ask me, like, this is a guy. Okay, so you could say I'm in business with this guy. He's the guy I talk to. He's a very sweet person. He seems nice, but certainly I probably would never do it again. I would never do it again. But what I don't see is if I could see a million different things that someone could do, that someone could go, oh, maybe they would be good for it. And so I get what you're saying, though. I understand.
But it's not like you put her up it's not like you recommended her for a gig. That would be cool of you.
No, but here's the thing. I can't really kind of explain. It's like, this is a business that does build on people recommending people.
Yeah.
And, so to me, of all the companies I've worked for in my life, they're certainly paying me fairly. They're upfront about everything. Do I think it's not cheesy? Yeah, it's kind of cheesy, but it's nothing untoward about it. So what I was going to do is there's no way I'm going to be like emailing Nick Kroll or anybody who I don't even like doing that for the particular show. So yeah. I hate doing it in general, but this guy's been nice to me.
That's why it struck me as weird.
Well, it's
or at least it's part of the package.
What do you mean?
I mean, it didn't seem like something that you would say yes to doing, first of all, but it also.
Well, I said no to doing it to everybody who I thought it would be obviously imposing on them.
Yeah.
With Kate Berlant, I don't know. I mean, to me, it's like, I don't know. I know what you're saying. You're saying anybody who would want to do cameo has heard about it.
Yes.
But so that's it. I think, I don't know really what more to say, because the only thing I object to for sure is the idea that it's a multi-level marketing thing.
Okay, well, I certainly didn't mean for it to land as hard as it did, first of all. So I apologize for that. I didn't mean to actually, trigger you in the way that I clearly did, and I apologize. My initial objection was, you're already doing cameo, you're advertising for them by doing it, and they are asking you now to recruit, which I thought was odd.
But well, they're asking, well, I don't know what recruit means, because I think recruit just means.
Recruit means, hey, I'm doing this thing. Do you want to come and join?
I'm going to have to take this into consideration. I have to think about this more.
Okay.
Because I can't really, I think let's put a pause in this topic and we'll revisit it later.
We could not too. I can just say.
Or we'll not revisit it. Let's not revisit it.
Okay.
But I mean, I'm saying like, I find it hard to talk now. So let's, not that it's hard to talk, but I just feel, like I can't get it out of my head.
Well, I feel badly that I hurt your feelings, but.
Well, I appreciate that.
But
But it may be, I appreciate that. I guess the thing is, it's when I'm in this mode, I'm already feeling like, so horrible, which has nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do with you.
Right. But I feel horrible. Let me just restate my message though. I don't think you are a bad person for doing what you did. I think it's fucked up that they're asking you to do it.
Yeah. I guess that's true. I can see that. I accept that. That's a good way to look at it.
And that is what was fueling my reaction.
Yeah, I didn't. I think
you thought you were, and I think and I'm not saying you weren't. I think you thought it was a friendly thing to do for both people.
Well, I think that I'm already thinking it was a bad thing to do, but not a bad thing to do, like a horrible thing to do. But I'm already thinking that I didn't think about what you were saying. I did think about it in the sense that it would be, to me, if they just started, if you knew somebody, like, I knew this guy for like a month and he asked me, right? Let's say you know somebody for 2 days and he goes, hey, can you get me Bob Dylan?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's two issues. There's one issue like, is it acceptable at all to do it? Is it cool at all to do it? And I think that I don't know how I feel about it. I feel like I wanted to people please him maybe.
Yeah.
So I didn't maybe see the other side of it. Although I was clear to Kate, the part that I was clear about to Kate was that I really like doing that and it's easy to do them. And I didn't think I'd like it, but if it sounds like something you don't want to do, don't do it.
All right.
Right. So, but, it's one of those things. I do feel, it's something I need to think about, because not in terms of the podcast or anything. It's just, I guess I need to think about it, take up my whole session tomorrow with it.
Well, I'm not reimbursing you the $250 or your health insurance company.
Right. But I do really want to say to you,
the rewards of being a Tupperware dealer are many. At weekly distributorship assemblies, they share sales techniques with other dealers. Recognition is also given for past achievements. National sales and recruiting contests provide the opportunity to earn exciting gifts. The family of Tupperware distributors, managers, and dealers participate in activities such as Jubilee, a unique sales convention held in the United States each year. At Jubilee, top salespeople gather for classes, recognition, and fun.
Is the input right?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Don't do anything then.
Please don't.
No, I won't. Oh, I'm sorry. No reason to get that upset about it.
Oh, apparently now I know where we're starting.
Yeah. That's where we're starting.
Okay.
So, your move, fuckface.
All right.
Fuckface is always if we need a code that I'm going to act mean.
Yeah.
I'll say, Okay, fuckface, let's talk about it.
Operation Fuckface has commenced.
Operation Fuckface has started. No, okay, we need something better than that. And definitely not involving the Eagle, because everyone hears the Eagle, they know exactly what you're doing.
That's right. Except for Steve Miller.
You know, I looked up Steve Miller just yesterday because I didn't know that. I didn't know what pompous was, and I never had dictionaries back in the old day.
It's not a thing.
I know, but I feel like I may have said it like in a Norm Crosby like date.
Yeah.
Was. Oh man. That's Steve Miller. I love that song, but I've heard weird things about him. I mean, Steve Miller, I don't know if he's that fun to hang out with.
I met him once. And,
what was he like?
He was nice to me, but he was a Mystery Science Theater fan. So
okay.
he was meeting Servo, which made him happy. I had a friend who worked for him, and I think I could give mixed reviews at best for his behavior.
Yeah, and that's what I've heard. I mean, I used to love. I mean, I've always loved him because I like those specific songs. I
like some of his songs, but I powerfully hate some of his songs too.
Well, maybe I only have listened to the ones I like. I like that one with Maurice. You like the Maurice song?
Only because it's funny.
So you like whip woo?
Yeah,
whip.
I think it's funny that he made up. I think it's funny that he made up the word pompatus.
And can you tell me? Can you mimic that sound?
Some
Mr.
people call me Maurice.
It's like a cat.
Yeah,
it's like a cat of some type. Well, some people like me. Some people call me Maurice. I think is a great line.
Sure.
But okay, so that one we like. Some of his other hits before you tell me what you hate.
All right, I won't tell you the ones I hate, but Jungle Love, Big Old Jet Airliner.
Big Old Jet Airliner.
Take the Money and Run.
Take the Money and Run. He's got a Bob Seger feel to him.
Fly Like an Eagle. Abracadabra.
Okay, well, Abracadabra, I could see if you had to listen to it like 50 times in a row, you would jump out of the window.
That's not even at the top of my hate list by a long shot.
Who plays? Is that a guitar lead? Because I like that lead. Wow, 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 wow.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You know, in that song, he goes, the lead part. Sounds like a guitar.
On Abracadabra?
Yeah, bow, 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 something like that. You can't go by my impressions.
Boop, doo, doo, doo. Doop, doop, doop. Boop, boo, doo, doo, boo, doo,
yeah.
Doop, doop. That's the groove I'm thinking of.
That groove kills. Okay, so what do you hate? Let's just cut to the chase.
I hate rhyming Texas, taxes, and faxes a lot.
And what song is that?
Billy Mack is a detective down in Texas.
Oh.
Lord, he knows just exactly what the fax is.
Oh, that's
Ain't
bad.
gonna let those two escape justice. Makes a living off other people's taxes.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah.
That's worse than that sounds like a Jack. Even if that was a song about Jack Ruby, it would be bad.
That's a crime against humanity, is what that is.
I never have listened to that. And that also sounds like a song that sounds like his other songs.
Go on, take the money and run is what that is.
Right, but it does sound, maybe it doesn't sound like other songs, but it has, you could kind of pin it on a Steve
Funny
Miller
side note, my mom used to think that Big Old Jet Airliner was Big Old Jed Had a Light On.
I think that those always work.
Yeah.
And Come On Is Such a Joy is the actual line, right? Yeah. What is the actual line?
Come On Is Such a Joy.
Right. And then what are some of the, Come On and Set You Down?
Yeah, that's hilarious. You're right.
No, I'm not saying it's hilarious. What do people actually think it was?
I don't know. That's not an example
Come on,
that comes to mind for me.
Come on, everybody would say what
everybody's got something to hide, except for me and my monkey.
Okay, I'm over it now.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm never going. He's also decent. Is he the one who plays decent guitar?
He's a guitar player. That's his best quality, really.
You know what? Fuck him.
All right.
I can't stand him anymore. I'm tired of him. You know, I read in the New Yorker about the Native Americans getting slaughtered. I can't, you know what I'm saying? How important is it, my Steve Miller opinions?
Not very, really, in the scheme of things.
Not very.
Now that you've made me think and stop.
Yeah, it was a really depressing, and I don't know why you have been arguing that we treated the Native Americans so well.
Yeah.
Because you're wrong. I have proof for you now. It's not all about someone going, look, Coach Chase. Hey, Coach Chase.
Hey, just because I'm a manifest destiny guy, I'm the bad guy.
Give me your, what would be your go-to Dennis Miller, Native American name?
My Native American name?
Well, like, look, Geronimo, what would be most Dennis Millery?
Hey, Coach of Eddie's father.
Hey, Running Bull. More like,
hey, Running Gag.
More like Sitting Bull. No, you know what I do? I realized I just put my personality into every one of my impressions.
You just say things, the non-joke version of things.
Yeah, it's all it is. Oh, I wish you hadn't identified it so clearly.
Yeah, I got in trouble with that last show, so.
No, that's not what you got in trouble. Is this a backdoor way of getting into a discussion about our last show?
It wasn't that backdoor, really.
All right, I'm up for anything. We could talk about it. If you want, we could talk about it off pod.
No.
I'm up for anything.
Definitely don't want to talk about it off pod.
Well, that's you. That's you. That's not who you are. Yes. You're not a guy who goes for an encounter group to work it out between friends.
No.
That's not you. But I'm happy to go either way.
I don't really care. Whatever. If you have unsaid feelings that you want to vent.
Oh, I don't have those feelings.
Okay.
I'm fine.
Right.
Because I spent an hour talking to my therapist about it.
Okay, good.
So, and you will be getting a letter. And, forget that joke. Like a lawyer letter or a letter from a psychiatrist.
I understand.
Or a letter she's not a psychiatrist, psychologist. Letter from a marriage, family, child counselor.
You get the angry letter from the psychiatrist where it goes, you hurt Andy's feelings. How do you feel about that?
I would say the only thing I'll say is that at the end of the day, and I hate that expression, it doesn't really, what you think about Cameo and how I think about none of those things matter because I was just in that moment. I felt hurt. Right. So I was in that mode of where I couldn't even distinguish between, am I a murderer or am I doing Cameo? Have I killed someone or am I working in a leprosy clinic?
One more thing though, that in my defense, if I don't feel like I need a defense really, I don't think you think I need a defense necessarily.
No.
Is that you opened it with, I did this embarrassing thing. And I thought what I was talking about was the embarrassing thing that you were talking about.
Well, that's the thing. That's where I think it gets messy because you could say all of those same words and they would be hilarious comments if I wasn't, if I wasn't in the mode
I literally heard the switch flipping you. I heard it.
Yeah. But so it's like, it's switched.
Yeah, I heard
it. But my therapist said that I did a good job of saying I don't think I can talk about this.
No, I think it got handled. I don't feel like, if I felt like we needed to talk, I would have called you after.
Right.
Like,
right.
I feel like, we both felt that the switch flipped and you did a good job of acknowledging that and sort of backing away from the fight a little bit.
Yeah, because I don't want to get into a fight about it because I think that's a growth thing for me is that when I'm able to separate, that I'm getting into that, are you a terrible person or it doesn't matter. I do this all day long. I go into that mode in a more, simpler way.
Right.
But all day long. If I'm arguing with Julia Sweeney in my head about God, it's the same argument. If I'm arguing, like, it just depends on the field.
Right.
Someone's face will come up. So it's the bottom line is that for whatever reason that I did ask her to do it or I didn't ask her to do it, it just was a choice I made. And if I wasn't emotionally involved in it, I could. But when we're doing this thing where it works on different levels, and sometimes I'm absolutely like the thing with the LA Times, I don't feel terrible about that anymore. You know what I mean? And in fact, I don't feel like an idiot about that. And in fact, in general, in therapy, I'm trying to look at these things that happen without saying, what a fucking idiot. I'm just going, oh, you were a kid that wrote a letter to the guy at the Times, right? But in this case, when I lose my ability to rationally think about things in my mind about what the actual, what's going on in the actual moment. I get into it's like a chaotic feeling of like, I know more. I have to defend, it's like I'm being accused of something. This is what I'm saying to my mind. Right. I'm being accused of something and he's right about it. He's right. I got Kate Berlant into a multi-level. So you see how all that's off? You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like I could learn in the future, which going in, I don't usually ever like to recommend anybody for anything because I know it's a pain in the, I don't even like to ask people to do the particular show. So regardless of the decisions I made on those things, I'm a good person. And that's between me and myself.
Yes. And I'll back you up on that.
Yeah. I don't think that you would ever say I was a bad person.
No.
So that wouldn't be your,
just from a lack of productiveness standpoint, I wouldn't say it, but more than that, I don't feel it.
Oh, you mean because it would be counterproductive?
Yeah, it would. I'd hear that switch flip.
Yeah. Like for example, today I ate all my various items before the show.
That's good.
And I have a glass of water should I need to have something. I don't know what that had to do with anything, but that made no sense. That's okay. It was a non sequitur.
That's all right. I think you're just showing how you're responsive to my needs as well.
Yes, which people wouldn't normally think.
Should we go to questions?
Let's do it.
So sous vide is done. Sous vide, once Trump was elected, tweeted to us, the situation has improved in all caps.
Oh my God. Sous vide. I didn't realize that this whole time it was a what is the sound of one hand clapping thing.
No, it wasn't. It was the opposite of that. It was a very specific situation he was talking about.
But did you know he was talking about the election? No.
Well, I think we knew that when anytime you're talking about our situation, Trump is at the root of it.
Yeah. I'm not going to listen back to the shows where I was, where we were so depressed about what was going to happen because we've passed that now. But I encourage the listeners to.
Yeah.
I don't remember what we said about Biden back in the old days, but we were just not happy. We were crying. I mean, why would you be
weren't that enthusiastic about?
Yeah, why would you be that excited about him? There's no way to be that excited about him.
I am now.
And now I am excited about him.
Excited about him. Absolutely.
Now I am. Yeah, now I am. I think I missed. It's like I didn't, it's like you're trying to decide who you want to run. So you're just deciding between, I like this guy, I don't like that guy, I like that guy. Boom.
Well, and I think Biden raised his game over the course of the whole thing.
Yes. He did. Because he used to say, no, he would say this like, no, I'm not, I'm being serious. He did that like for 7 months.
Yeah.
I'm being serious. It's like, what is that?
Right.
So I think that he really needed to calm down. First of all, I don't know how he could make a decision, how any of these people could do it. He's going to be 79.
Eventually,
like
God willing. Yeah. I think he's 70. Yeah. I think he's 70. He's freshly 78 or going to be 78.
I'm not worried like I was in the old days when Obama got in there because I see that we have a syndicate in there. Not a syndicate, but we have a committee.
What are you talking about?
If something happens to Biden, I'm not going to, you know what I mean? I used to be nervous every day Obama was in office that something was going to happen.
You were terrified that Biden might become president?
No. I wasn't. No. It was my love for Obama. I had so much love for him.
Okay.
That it was like an OCD feverish dream.
Yeah.
The last thing, I already survived Kennedy. Now you're doing this to me? Right. To me, by the way. You're doing it to me.
Yes, you were pre-mourning.
Yeah. And why to me? Forget about the country.
No, but
why to me?
Exactly.
Because I think when I was 7 years old, Kennedy got shot. That's bad. Then they had Martin Luther King got shot. That's off the charts. I don't know why I compared the one not so bad and the others, but that's it.
Has anybody here seen your old friend John? Is this what you're doing?
Yes. Can you tell me what here's the exact words. Can you tell me if he's said anything about me? He was a good person, but it seems he's lost touch with his friends. I guess when people get big, they forget where they came from. He said he turns Abraham, Martin, and John into a bitter song about his friends who left him behind.
I like it a lot, not just a little.
Has anybody here seen my old friend Martin? We were close when the movement started. Okay, you're right. Let me make a note. Get into parody songs.
Schmucky Ducky, and I did not. That's his change.
His new thing. I noticed that he changed it. Schmucky Ducky.
Says possibly the worst week of my recent life. Then I heard last week's test show, and yep, still the worst week of my recent life. Regardless, thank you both.
Wait a second.
So we can't make a bad week better, but we can kill a couple hours of it.
Well, does that mean he was a Trump supporter and he's sad?
I would find that hard to believe.
No, he's not. Shucky Ducky. You can't even come up with the joke, Shucky Ducky.
I hope that if it's a problem in your actual life and not a global problem, then I hope things are going better.
Yes. Moi aussi. And what's Shucky Ducky from originally?
I'm not sure. No,
I think it's from a comedian.
It sounds like it.
Yeah. I think it's from Richard Pryor, but I think I'm wrong.
I don't think it is. I think it's. I can hear it because I'm doing Shucky Ducky when I say it.
Shucky Ducky.
But I don't remember from what it is. Someone will tell us, I'm sure.
It's not from Shuggy.
Perhaps Schmucky Ducky will tell us. Guy Incognito says, I hear Droopy has sunk to reading Blue Chew ads to supplement this income. We are now at a new low.
He's
people.
reading what?
Blue Chew ads?
Bluetooth?
Blue Chew?
Or YouTube?
Blue Chew. I don't know what Blue Chew is.
Okay. I got it.
You do? What is Blue Chew?
I have no idea, but it's like Bluetooth, right?
No, I don't think so.
I got it. Okay, I got it now. It makes no sense.
I think it's penis related, is what I think.
Oh, I forgot it's about my penis because I don't want to go. I don't want to think about that.
Perhaps it's a form of chewy Viagra. Maybe that's what it is. In which case, I'm in, people.
Maybe you should be a little less excited about getting into The Voice, or a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Take a second.
Hey,
before you dive in.
One of us has to work.
You know what? I'm starting to get more excited about this bit. This runner. It's a good runner for me.
Yeah. Guy Incognito also says Gilbert Gottfried went viral reading lyrics to the tune of WAP, or in Gilbert voice,
Wet ass pussy.
I heard Paul Lind once did something similar to the Funky Cold Medina. How did that possibly go?
Oh,
so in other words, they want to hang you up?
It's the Funky Cold Medina. I wish I knew more. But I like big butts and I can't deny.
You caused me to go into a coughing fit. I was enjoying it so much.
I'm so sorry, Jew.
Let's go to the cabana. I can't do impressions.
Tom the Tom says, does it bother you that you may never do anything as funny as holding a presidential legal team presser in front of a landscaper between a sex shop and a crematorium? It does. It really does.
It really does, because you know if you put it in a script, it wouldn't be funny.
Yeah, exactly. That's a hat on a hat. That's a hat on a hat on a hat.
What do you think? Do we know what happened there?
I don't know what happened.
I can't get over it.
I mean, there's a lot of scenarios that are, but it seems like they just wanted somewhere that was away from where they could be overrun by the thing. And then then Trump heard 4 Seasons and went, is that the 4 Seasons? But I mean, that's the most charitable way of, I don't know. Or the other thing is they said, let's do it at the 4 Seasons. Trump heard that, ran with it. They called the 4 Seasons. The 4 Seasons says, no fucking way. And they go, oh shit, we better find something else called the 4 Seasons.
I choose to believe that one.
That's the most satisfying for sure.
Wait, was this in Vegas? I forgot where it was.
No, it was in Philadelphia, I believe. On the very outskirts of Philadelphia.
So there was no Trump hotel
in the crematory district. Forget it, Jake. It's Dildo Town.
Oh, God, he really is. If it wasn't happening, it's hilarious.
Yes. Schmucky Ducky also says, hey, Josh and Andy, is Defending Your Life still a good movie?
I assume it is, but I only have seen it twice. I loved it both times. It's my least viewed Albert Brooks movie. I've seen Modern Romance probably 30 times.
I watched it recently, and it's fucking great. It's really fucking great.
And there's so many small moments. There's
there's a few probably, I would say, racially insensitive moments, but not deeply egregious.
Right.
Like the sushi chefs, you really have an argument that sushi chefs are like that in LA.
Yes. Yeah.
You know. And I believe he actually used real sushi chefs in the movies.
Oh, I just love his whole idea that heaven would be that the food is immediately available.
It's endless and the best ever, yes.
Yeah, it's done. Oh, you wouldn't like it, Rip Torn says, right, about his food? You wouldn't like it.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm already laughing. I love, and see, I've only seen it twice. I love the scene where he's having he's practicing with his wife for how he's going to be on the interview.
Yeah.
So all that stuff is just pure hilarity.
It's a great movie. It's really, there's tons of fun in, and Albert Brooks does some very good, very subtle eye acting.
I'm excited because I really have only seen it twice. I mean, I love the whole thing where he's listening to a Barbra Streisand song or something before he gets into the accident. It feels like Lost in America to me. This has that kind of feel to it.
Yeah, it starts in the same sort of zone.
Yes, yeah. Oh, he's such a genius. Those three movies, and maybe with the fourth being Real Life, I mean, they're all great movies.
Yeah.
Modern, Lost, and the other two.
Mother is plenty of funny stuff, but not a good movie.
There is plenty of funny stuff, and there's some bad stuff in there.
Yeah.
And here's to you, Mrs. Finkelstein. How do you write that? What's happened to Mark Shaman? What's his name? Shaman.
Yeah. All right, here's Perush saying, I'm sorry, you have it. That's your cue.
Poop, poop, poop. I forgot the fucking song.
I know. But what you think it is always funnier than the thing. So.
Poop, 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 Perush, Perush, poop, 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 Perush, Perush.
Okay.
Give me a little bit of what it sounds like.
We didn't start the
Perush.
No.
The Perush is on fire.
All righty. Perush is commenting on your Dylan tweet from the other day.
Oh.
That said, I wish I could write songs like Bob Dylan, but I would settle for looking like Jacob Dylan.
Which, by the way, is already in the Hall of Fame of tweets already.
Yeah, the Twall of Fame, they call it.
First ballot.
I'm not even in charge of my own account on Twitter still after 2 weeks. So.
I was going to say to you that we need to do something about this, and do you want me to start noodling around?
Yeah, do it. You can.
Okay, I'll do it.
All right, please.
I bet I get some results. If I can't get them.
If you do, I'll give you a commission on all my tweets.
Okay.
Perush wants to know what Surly Dylan would have to say about this tweet of yours.
Yeah, what would he? Yeah, well, yeah, but I mean, I'm not saying that Bob's unattractive. Bob's very attractive.
I wish you could write songs like me and look like my son too. Okay, happy?
Family. Yeah, I am happy. Boy, you're pretty upbeat today.
Just because I wish it doesn't make it come true.
Well, now you're just being skeptical, Bob Dylan.
Oh, am I?
You really? I've won you over, Bob.
See, it was skeptical Bob Dylan. Oh, am I?
Yeah, I like that. Right. I like that very much.
I had to point that out. I felt like.
No, I got it. Right. But I was still in the high of coming up with something that wasn't good.
Yeah. Mark Thompson says, gentlemen, this podcast has been essential in helping me get through the Trump years. My sincere thank you to both for the humor and distraction.
Well, you're welcome.
I hope that's not a goodbye.
I hope not. Well, look, don't guilt them.
I'm not guilting them. I'm just saying thank you very much. And I hope that's doesn't signal the end of our use to you.
Well, I certainly think if someone complimented the Beatles, they didn't come back with, "Oh, I hope you still like us." Come on, Josh. Act like you deserve it. I'm sorry. Sorry about that.
All right. Michelle Wisecarver.
Michelle, I love you. You are the wisest carver in the history of the world.
Well, she has her own musical cue, but we'll use that instead. She says, "Gentlemen, I've spent the last week alternating between fitting about in boundless hope and joy and frothing at the mouth in a near homicidal rage. Listening to your stand-up albums and this podcast have helped me move from rage to joy. Peace and love to you both."
Well, I thank you for that. And if I can make anybody move, I usually make people move from rage to further rage. So this is good news.
If I can make someone listen to my stand-up album, I'm happy. Thank you, Michelle.
What is that expression? Blah, 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 blah. I'm happy. I guess there's a million of them.
Yeah. If one person listens to my stand-up album, I'm happy.
Or as Fred Willard said to me many years ago,
"Get out of my house."
Well, he did that too, but he said, "Andy, if you can make one person laugh, well, I think that would be a record for you."
Ha ha!
Yes.
You've been Willarded. Rookie Karoka, and I just watched My Favorite Year again the other day because it was on AMC.
And you loved it. It still holds up.
It still holds up hard for me, yeah.
Well, I got to watch it again then.
Rookie Karoka says, "I don't know if you fellows heard, but elements within the Minnesota GOP are recruiting Mike Lindell to run for governor. Surely he knows he needs endorsements from fellow Sotans, Bob Dylan and Louis Anderson. Private conversation, I'm sure. Still, I wonder."
Wait a second. When he says have you heard? It sounds like he might have made this up.
No, there has been, he's been floating the governor thing more and more over the last.
Oh God, that would be so great if he ran. Oh,
yes.
I did not think that would be true. You threw me a curve.
I've been predicting it for years now. I'm on. There's a clip on YouTube of me predicting him being the governor.
Well, Jesse the Body, I wasn't happy that he was governor, but he's a better performer than Mike Lindell.
He is. How
did he win again?
And he takes less crack.
He won because it was a 3-party thing. Is that what happened?
I don't even remember how the stars
he ran against Hugh
up.
Humphrey Jr. or something, or
Hubert Humphrey Jr. Skip Humphrey, who I fucking hate.
It just sounds so funny to hear you say something about a famous person's son.
Yeah, he's a.
Why was so bad about? What's wrong with him?
He was a jagoff. Yeah, when he was the state attorney general, even when I was in high school, he came to our class and he was like so annoyed by me asking him questions.
Oh, it's so funny to me when it comes down to
avoiding me and stuff. But in fact,
it comes down to a personal gripe.
In fact, he's a giant jackass. Besides from my personal thing.
Yeah, I believe that. Sure.
The apple fell far from that.
Yeah, because Hubert I liked Hubert as a kid, but how good was he ultimately? I don't know. He was no LBJ.
I'm from Minnesota, so he's a god. He's a saint.
That's what I'm saying. Let me finish.
But if
a man like Hubert Humphrey, was it HHH?
Yeah.
Hubert Horatio Humphrey.
I believe so. Yes.
Thank you. What kind of a name is that?
It's the name of a near president.
Isn't Mondale from Minnesota too?
Yes, indeed. Another good
we love him.
President name.
Yeah, and I liked him.
Eugene McCarthy.
He ran a terrible campaign.
There too.
Who?
Eugene McCarthy. Yeah.
Oh, see, they're all of a kind of very, what am I trying to say?
Liberals, old school liberals.
Old school liberals.
Paul Wellstone. Another great liberal Minnesotan senator.
Yep.
Which gave birth to Al Franken.
And then, what's his name? Norm Coleman tried to run a clip of Al Franken doing a Paul Wellstone impression as if he was crazy.
Yeah. Right.
And that guy almost won.
He did by like triple digit votes.
Yeah. Yeah. What's this voice? Yeah. You're damn right. Yeah. Who's that guy? Yeah. Why? You're not saying anything different. So why am I disagreeing?
You seem to be incensed Minnesotan. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I would say. That's good. You know who else I heard who else bothers me is Al Franken's old person who used to be his co-host. He had a lady co-host.
Oh yeah, I can't remember her
and
name.
She used to say
she
things
was a big
like,
Minnesota public radio figure.
And someone told me that she said scoot. I'm sorry, you got to scoot.
Yeah,
that's not good.
No, I mean I don't know that it condemns her, but
okay, I'll come back next week with a better example.
Dan Wade says, hey guys, one time I fell in a sewer manhole and didn't have the strength to pull myself out. Was stuck down there for about 10 minutes. Anyways, what would it sound like if Howard Cosell agreed to do a Randy Newman podcast and kept not following through?
Well, I got lost. I didn't know I was going to be called to duty.
Yeah, you were called to duty as he was also calling you out.
What is he saying about me that's bad?
Okay, listen again. I'll listen to the last part. This is Dan Wade saying, what would it sound like if Howard Cosell agreed to do a Randy Newman podcast and kept not following through?
Dan, I'm very sorry. I'm going to do your podcast. That's the sad thing about it. That's the sad thing about it. The sad thing about it is my ability to follow through. Well, I never promised, but I'd like to do it. So, this is Howard Cosell. I was supposed to appear on Dan Wade's podcast, and I was very excited about it because he was going to interview Roberto Dobison of Peru. Who's the first guy I always say in this one?
Oh, you think I listen?
Tito Fuentes. Tito Puentes and Roberto Dobison of Peru. That's the only part of the thing I get right.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. All right. Okay. I feel like we're meeting on the other side of that bit. I'm going, okay.
Yeah. That's
okay, right?
Let's meet by the cash machine after you're done with that bit.
I mean, I did what I could. Yes. Okay.
All right. Seth Dick III says, I was going to ask if Zuzu was in the Dickiverse, but Mama Dick III said that Josh was right and that Andy wouldn't understand the reference. I love being meta, but Mama Dick III thinks I'm pushing it. Who's right? Reverend Jim? What do you think, Jay Leno?
The whole time I'm waiting to go into my Zuzu.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
Right, but you didn't.
You played piano like garbage, Zuzu. Who's that voice?
I don't know.
Come on, Zuzu.
There's nothing right about that.
Zuzu! Stop it, Zuzu!
Is this like John Mulaney?
Look, Zuzu, I'll give you an angel to care about in a second. He's threatening to hit the kid. I'll give you your wings in a second, you son of a... I've lost the whole thread of that movie. It's going to take me about 6 weeks to get back into the shape.
Here you go with your old savings. How Merry Christmas, you old...
I think it's about time you get your Jimmy Stewart all tuned up for the holidays.
Yeah. Like that. Josh. Yes, Josh.
It's getting a little better.
Here's a poem from my dog.
Dear, I can't do the poem, but I used to hate those.
Mr. McBarkley had a scratchy hind leg. Scratch me there, sir, he used to beg. So I'd bend down and right to his place, and there he'd peck his tongue on my face.
Oh, that is I don't miss that kind of TV. Oh, that was good. You thought I was an old Jew who didn't even know the Haftorah. Well, what kind of a Jew are you? You Muslim?
Quick out.
Quick out.
Jordan Maywood says, which Star Trek character would most likely to win a hot dog eating contest? Also, thanks to Andy for throwing a nice old heart on my post about how I said nice things of Thought Spiral on my own podcast to my dozen of listeners.
I remember that too. I was very excited.
That's good. I wish I would have.
Oh, is there a request in there?
Usually Andy will throw a shade on it instead of a heart. So.
Yeah, I mean, I have a very soft side.
It's true. Mention me is the soft part.
Yeah, Josh is my soft side.
Huh?
Huh? Hey, are you tired of Wait What yet? Because I can get a couple of more commercials with it in there if you're not.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Oh, wait, what? Oh, wait, what?
You know, shingles can be prevented.
I still go to the floor for that. Shingles can what? How do you do it?
Shingles can be what?
Thank you. My phone doesn't have that. They all do right here. I'm going to circle it. I'm going to circle it like you're an idiot. That's all I have now, those commercials.
Andy's Saturday Night Live happens between the segments of shows.
So true.
Tom Harding says, because of the election, I watched more U.S. TV than ever. I'm a limey, parenthetically. Seems everyone watching Fox News is in the army, buying gold, or being sold a pyramid scheme by Tom Selleck. I wonder what angry Bob Dylan would sound like selling reverse mortgages.
I like that request.
You know, this isn't my first rodeo. I would never put my Bob Dylan image on the line to do anything that would take your house from you. A reverse mortgage is just a loan. It's just a loan. It's not a way to take your house.
How far away is the harmonica?
It was a full arm's length.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you for finally doing something that's like, what if James Mason got amnesia and woke up at a nude beach? Come on, people. Go the extra mile.
Why is everybody's wanger hanging out? Where am I? Is this heaven?
What if James Mason was that movie that I've never seen? What's happening? What's that movie called? I'm going to give you a clue. This is the game show. What's happening inside someone's mind? What's going on?
Herman's head, perhaps you're thinking?
No. It's like it's a famous actor. Famous actor. What's going on in his head?
Being John Malkovich, I believe you're thinking.
That's it.
Yes,
Thank you, James.
Yes.
Thank you. Wonderful.
Nothing about it, though. You just wanted to say the name of the thing. All right.
No,
Thank you for participating.
I don't know why I brought it up. Sorry, James. Boy, I feel bad when you get on the wrong side of James Mason because he's such a gentleman.
A lot of people think it's worse than Bob Dylan.
I mean, I wouldn't mind hearing anti-Semitic things from a gentleman like this. You know what I'm saying? It makes sense.
Right. Back in line, Kike.
I knew you were coming up with something, but I didn't know what it was. You're a kike. It's not so bad, really. How's that bad? How is that bad if you get that kind of accent? But I don't like the Jews. I'll tell you that much.
When it turns out I'm the one with the problem. The one you'd least expect hates the Jews the most.
I'm not the money grubbing cheapskate. I couldn't do the voice.
Personally, I have nothing against the Jews.
Really? I want to set you up. Oh, that's nice.
Don't pull at the thread. Just let it go.
I like the medium rare or something like that, right?
Right, something like that. Ed Cos says,
"Hi, Ed's a friend previous to the show."
Yeah. Well, he says,
"Why do I bring that up?"
Would you? Because people like to be acknowledged.
Okay, good.
Would you guys ever consider chewing tobacco on your show? It might help the timing.
What did he say? Chewing tobacco or Jewish tobacco?
Chewing tobacco.
Oh, I thought you said Jewish tobacco.
What is Jewish tobacco?
Oh, yeah. Jewish tobacco is
matzah meal.
Lucky Strike. You're smoking Lucky Strikes?
We prefer tobacco brie.
No, I think that it wouldn't be good because I've read an article about Tony Gwynn. He used to be on San Diego Padres, and he really, I think, died from chewing tobacco.
He did. Yes.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, he had.
I'm just saying I don't want to get into a habit, even if it would be good for the podcast.
He got the mouth cancer.
Yeah, I don't want that. The only person I know that did that, Zach, used to do chewing tobacco.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it's a good habit.
Because he couldn't just show them his North Carolina driver's license.
I bet it was from growing up there, right? Where else would you even come into contact with?
I don't know. He's not a baseball player.
Right. Have you ever tried it?
Sure.
I've never have.
It's yucky.
Yeah. How about snuff?
Yeah, it's yucky too.
That's terrible. It just makes you sneeze, right?
I've never inhaled snuff.
Oh, okay.
Because that's
and
yucky.
Of course, I've told you, did tell you that I unrolled cool cigarettes and tried to smoke them in the pipe and just vomited for like 7 or 8 hours when I was like 7.
Yeah, well, that sounds about right.
Did you do stuff like that? I mean, like we sampled all the alcohol once. My cousin and I, we just went to every bottle and had a little sip of every bottle until we threw up. I mean, did you do stupid stuff?
I did stupid stuff. I didn't do it quite as randomly as that.
Right.
But yeah, no, I got into all sorts of shit. Stephen Elton Yates says, just a reminder that it feels great to buy Josh and Andy a cup of coffee. It's a great way to say thank you for all the laughs. BuyMeACoffee.com/ThoughtSpiral.
Thank you, Stephen Elton Yates.
And he backed it up. Let me just say that.
Ooh.
Stephen Elton Yates also says, hey, Dr. Mengele, what do you call? There should be a colon after what do you call because there's a list of things here. The thread spool of a sewing machine. A bobbin. The kind of nag I bet my money on. Bobtail. The twins from those children's stories. Bobsy.
I wouldn't remember that.
The splash screenwriter. Babaloo. Mandel. No, he put all the answers in. It's like a weird daily newspaper puzzle or something.
Yeah, it's like a jumble.
It's like Ken Jennings did this.
That's wonderful.
Dan asks, The Weeknd has been chosen for this year's Super Bowl halftime show. Speaking of Super Bowl halftime performers, Andy, do you still have difficulty remembering who Adam Levine is?
Oh, I don't even remember the joke that's based on that. I know he's a member of the Maroon 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I used to have a joke with him in there. With Maroon 5. Oh, I said if Charles Manson, Charles Manson, if he hadn't been into, at least he had good taste. He was into the Beatles. Can you imagine how many more people would have died if he was into Maroon 5?
Oh, geez. Someone's at the door.
Is that for real?
Yeah.
I thought you were doing a bit.
No, I was doing the beginning of Let 'Em In by Paul McCartney.
Someone's knocking on the door, War. Somebody's ringing a bell.
That's one of the very first pop songs I remember being conscious of being a pop song on the radio.
Did you? I never loved it because I was too old to love that song.
I was like 4, so I did like it.
So you did, yeah.
It's like a child's song.
It is. And so silly love songs, isn't it?
Yeah. Bad song. That's a bad song.
Bad song. Well, then I always say give it to the kids.
Yeah.
By Candyman. Who was at the door? Was it Trouble?
I don't know. It might be my kid. I'm not sure. I'm upstairs.
Whoa. You have a lot of stuff going on there.
It's it's action packed here at the house today. Commish G says, it's 75 years after Hitler and the world still doesn't quite trust Germany. 100%. Is America going to be that? I don't think so. It's like, I think we'd all trust Germany a little more if half of Germany were tweeting insults to Hitler the whole time.
Exactly. You're right. But we've done a lot of horrible things recently. I mean, the second Gulf War.
I think
so
people
horrible.
will certainly question our judgment as a country, but that's, how could you not? But I
think people are thrilled that he's,
I think people think of Trump and America separately.
I hope from your mouth to God's schmuckle.
I hope so. Yeah. Jordy says,
I think you're right.
Jordy says, I get a kick out of Andy Kindler sharing his dad's wisecracks. My pop did some of the same ones. Did yours ever do this Q&A with the kids when he walked in on a card game? Dad, who's winning? Kids, Jeanette. Who's losing? Kids, Robert. Who's cheating? Andy.
He didn't do that one, but it would be right in his. The only thing my father wouldn't go on that. His were more shorter. You know what I mean? He didn't have time for us to go through a whole thing. He just wanted to get one and go out. How you doing, that kid? Hey, you're a dirty, rotten swindler. Andrew David Kindler is a dirty, rotten swindler in the morning. Andrew David Fat Nose is an ugly, disgusting fat nose in the morning. Andrew David Kindler is an ugly swindler. Andrew David Kindler is an ugly, disgusting swindler in the morning. And many whores. Okay, sorry. I don't like to use the word whore. I apologize.
That's good. Good form. Joel says, if Droopy is Andy's poorly functioning penis, what is his assuming poorly functioning balls called?
Baggage.
Thanks for being my LA friends. I now use you both in anecdotes when talking to people.
Oh, that's a very high compliment. But first of all, just because my one area has a problem, my balls, what problem could my balls have that you could see? Okay, move on. Sorry. I don't want to get myself into more trouble. I don't want a dueling bit next week between my balls and my penis.
I'm just hanging around.
If you had told me that I would be talking about my balls and penis on the podcast, I wouldn't have believed you.
If you would have told me, I would have tried to prevent it. Wookie Talkie says, Andy, in test show 5, you used the words voluble and convivial. What have those words been up to? Are you feeling either voluble or convivial?
Well, it's interesting that you say that because I've heard voluble coming up, and I still don't quite know what it means.
Chatty. It means chatty.
It does. And then what's the other word?
Convivial.
Oh, like talky, like gracious, or
I think convivial is more of like an a good mood.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like those words. I mean, I think they're still solid. Although
convivial would be friendly, lively, and enjoyable as an adjective. Yes. Or a person who would be cheerful and friendly, jovial.
Yeah. Many times I get a general idea with the words, and then I don't go back to look at them.
Yeah.
I thought voluble was like more out of control or something. Something.
I'm going to click on it.
Yeah, why not?
Talking fluently, readily, or incessantly.
Oh, okay. So you're right.
Chatty.
Yeah. Chatty. I did not know that was what it was. I just realized that. Nope, that's not what I thought.
Halpin Fraser.
It's like strong. Sorry.
Says, hello, gentlemen. Andy, I preface this by saying I love you, man. For nearly jinxing the election, though, by saying it would be a landslide, I would like to say in a Karnak voice, may a diseased yak make snoo-snoo in your sock drawer.
He's exactly right. Thank you for saying that you did like me going in. And yeah, it's a stupid thing that I do every 4 years.
It was a landslide. It was, Trump's been calling this a landslide for 4 years, the exact same numbers.
Right.
Except
with
true, except with 5 million more votes. He was calling a 3 million vote loss a landslide with the same electoral college.
But I didn't think it would be like by 3 or 4 votes in some states. But I can see now that the whole thing is it's amazing victory now, I think, in retrospect, because to turn that whole bus around and get Georgia, people hate this guy. That's the good news.
Yeah.
Even though there are a lot of people who are stupid or something.
Dan Marsh says social media has shown us what bigots will say when they have an anonymous account to hide behind. But what's the worst anti-Semitism you've heard in person?
I haven't heard. I don't think I've experienced much of it.
I've gotten kike. I've gotten kiked before.
Oh yeah, I have never. Kike would be bad because I would think if someone's calling me a kike, they're ready to hit me or something.
I got fucking Jew once.
Wow.
From an audience member.
Where was this?
In Indiana.
Is this what was it apropos of nothing? They just wanted to hurt you?
It was an escalating heckler encounter.
Did someone come over to him finally and go, sir?
The audience drove him out of the room.
Fucking Jew. That's old school.
Yeah. No, the audience had my back completely.
That's good.
It felt
you
good,
weren't in Idaho.
No. Actually, no, it was Ohio. It was at Miami of Ohio. It was in Oxford, Ohio.
Oh.
Not Indiana. Yo, yo, ho, yo, 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 ho, 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 yo, yo, ho, yo, 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 ho, 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 yo, yo, ho, yo, 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 ho, 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 ya, mamo, mamo, Yamamoto.
Yo.
Andy, did you see the Alan Covert meltdown? Twitter meltdown?
No, it's Christmas in July. I'm actually writing it down now.
He went
Alan Covert.
Alan Covert Twitter meltdown. He went on a right-wing rant and got swarmed by left-leaning Twitter. His way to handle it? Respond to every single person making fun of him while getting progressively more racist and misogynist.
I love it.
Scornfield is back.
What's Scornfield? Oh, yeah, Scornfield. That's right.
Push him into the Scornfield.
Oh, I mean, I don't love that someone's a racist. I didn't know. I mean, I knew he was always a right-wing prick. That we knew. I knew that about him back in the old days because when we would hang out at Judd's house, he would always say stupid things. And, yeah, so I'm not surprised. I think Adam's kind of right-wingy. Not the same way. But now I'm going to look this up.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Yoshi.
Yoshi also says a few test shows back, Josh mentioned his feeling that football is too slow, which means he never took my advice to spend $50 a season on the Red Zone channel. 7 hours of football every Sunday with no commercials for less than the price of one video game is a steal.
I think he's right.
Yeah. Do you have the Red Zone channel there, Ange?
No.
Yeah. Okay.
But I'm getting more into football though. And I was having not an argument in my head with you, but what's the argument about? It's just a matter of preference. It's like, wow, for the same reasons that you like basketball, I love football because I couldn't care less about the crowd. And I'm glad they're putting fake crowd in there. It's like I had never once, I mean, a couple of times, I'd like to see the crowd, but it's the same game.
Yeah.
It's the same game, and I'm getting excited about it again.
I've gotten sucked into a couple of games this year so far, but it has to be, there's got to be some story of the game going for me to get hooked in, but,
right.
But, you know, as the other sports melted away, football becomes a little more appealing.
Well, last night, Indianapolis against was a great. I forgot who they were.
Oh, Jesus, who cares about? I'm sorry. Reflex.
Who was the guy? Oh, Tennessee.
Good game.
It was great. It was a great. Well, not great game, but it was good.
Okay. I think there was a couple of untagged questions that I saw. So let me.
Oh, you mean without the? Are you going to castigate them for not using?
I'm not
going to
castigate
format?
them. In fact, I'm going to reward them if I can find them.
We told you many years ago. I was watching Way Too Early with Casey Hunt, and she was saying like, email us why you're up at this time. Email them. Come on. We're on Twitter.
I double space my periods. Deal with it. Says, I have no info on whether or not Craig Ferguson did Too Soon Ye, but I guarantee you he did not deliver the punchline with such intensity that I wondered if he was having a stroke. That distinction belongs to Andy Kindler alone.
Is this the same person who likes the double period thing?
Yes.
I was doing that for a while when I first started typing on a computer. I was doing the old typewriter thing.
Yeah.
And then I realized that nobody else was doing it.
No, it makes some people really mad. Like writer's assistants, it makes pretty mad when you do it. I had to break myself of it.
Yeah, it's not friendly. It's not script friendly.
No. It's a single space world now.
Sadly.
Joe Decahedron says, would a cotton candy grape by any other name taste as sweet? Yes, it would. And he sends a picture of off-brand sweet carnival grapes, as sweet as any carnival treat.
Why, is this somebody who can't name them cotton candy grapes because of the
I think, yes, cotton candy grapes are a proprietary grape. But apparently, these bastards have gone their own way. They've stolen the secret grape formula.
It's so wrong.
Carnival grapes. As sweet as any carnival treat. Wink. Wait, they taste like peanuts? All right, we're out of time. Actually, we're out of questions. We have all the time in the world. But
wow,
if you want to support,
no, we did a decent day, didn't we? This is a good session.
Oh, it was perfect.
Yeah, now we're talking.
We're going to the weekend as friends. That's good.
Yeah, and the thing is, no, I won't do it that way.
No, don't, because I have to.
Not before the plugs.
I have to say the plugs.
Not before the plugs.
Plug your album.
Ladies and gentlemen, why do I call you ladies and gentlemen? Hence the Humor is still available. I'm still very proud of it. And you can buy it on the special thing. Website is the most money for me, and it's $8.99. I thought it was $9.99. So really, there's no excuse.
That's great, Andy. Thank you.
And thank you for being here during the plugs. Normally, I have to go before the plugs.
You can please check out my latest film, Michael Debar, Who Do You Want Me to Be? A rollicking documentary about the last 50 years of show business, wrapped into one man. If you want to support us on this thing, go to buymeacoffee.com/thoughtspiral and buy us a coffee. Thank you to those who have been. Write us at thoughtspiralshow@gmail.com. Follow us on Twitter at thought_spiral. And then stand by for Andy's funny hang-up routine.
Hold on, Josh. What? Oh, I'm sorry. Someone's at the door. I can't even hit the face.
Classic.